Hello, vlog number 2. It took me a while to get here. Well, to the second vlog, I mean. I try to do this weekly or bi-weekly. It's just that on the moment I tried to record it, I was interrupted many times. And I've sometimes the feeling that my parents know and that they want to stop me from doing this. Now I'm home alone, so I hope they don't have that spidey sense going off right now. I hope not. Another way, I hope that they know, because it will make them understand, even though they don't want to. Nevertheless, what was on my mind? It was time for a new belly vid. It will probably be uploading while I'm recording this. I've been up to 152 kilograms. It's just in that region. I'm trying to keep it there for the moment. And, well, let's see where it goes slowly. Another thing about this, I'm always short on cash. I mean, my income is not great. It's just a side job besides my college, which is also a giant mess at the current state. And it will just net me above 380 euros in a month. Then I already have some obligations like fees for membership fees for orchestras I'm in, verenigingen, how it's called in English, verenigingen. Never mind, it's club. It's submission, no. It's just fees for the club. And donations. I've been rolling that back greatly in the past few months. I used to donate about 25 euros to charities, Greenpeace, World Nature Fund, all that kind of stuff. Almost always a small amount, but I've been noticing that, and that's a bad thing. Then I have a car, not my car. I'm loaning my mother's car because she is not able to drive at the moment. And loan, that's money. Now I have my mom's car at the moment, and I have to pay the fuel, of course. That's not something she will do for me. And that also takes quite a bit. It leaves me with almost nothing to live by, it leaves enough to live by, it leaves nothing to gain by. And in the past month, I have been feeling sated, but not full. The problem of a gainer is that when you reach a certain state, feeling full is the most pleasurable thing you can have. There's of course more beyond full, but I think I have such an appetite at which I can eat on and on. And let's just say today I'm feeling full today. And that is because I took 2 drive-ins. I took a large meal at a McDonald's on the way home from work. And almost home I decided to run by the Kentucky KFC and take another large meal. It took me 2 large meals to get that full sensation in which I am feeling beyond sated, that my gaining itch is sated, so to speak. And do the math. In the Netherlands, A large meal is about €8 on both fast food brands. That's €16 for one meal to feel me full. And well, if I want that every day, that will just add up significantly. And of course, there are cheap ways. I've asked on Grommer and I looked around for cheaper alternatives for having that full sensation and having that gainer itch sated or scratched. And while it requires me to cook, and as someone living at home, having to cook raises some suspicions. I mean, there's an upside of living at home. I mean, everything is done for me. Well, I'm grateful for my parents that they are keeping up with me. But what I mean is that my dishes are done. We have a machine for that. My wash is done. My dirty clothes are done. We have a machine for that. Dinner, I cook once a month, just for appreciation, to show appreciation. But still, the other days of the month, either my mom, my dad, or my brother is cooking. And, well, that's the top side. The downside is having to sate that gainer itch is quite difficult. My parents are worried about my weight, and they actually said that they don't want it. As long as I live with them, they don't want it. So, yeah, it's quite difficult. Every sweet stuff I take in for gaining is smuggled in one way or the other. When they're not at home, like now, I mean, I've restocked my candy stock. Still, that's something that waits to be discovered, and then hell breaks loose again. Yeah. It will one day happen. Nevertheless, yeah, one other thing. I was so stupid. I was digging out my closet. No, my how it's called, in which I store my clothes. It's such a simple word. It just flies out of my head. Well, I was searching out my clothes, figuring out my clothes, and I found some clothes from 2-3 years ago, summer clothes, and they are 2XL, and I tried them on, and they just do not fit. Let's just say I couldn't even button around my belly, around my waist. It will just not reach the other end. And I just threw them out. And yesterday I realized, oh damn, I could have made an awesome video with that. Or I could make an awesome photo series with that. Just for some progress kind of thing. I used to fit these clothes. The thing I'm wearing now, I'm also carrying this in the video that's uploading. This is actually 3XL if I have to guess, and that's just the size in which I'm iffy. It fits, it isn't snug, but my belly shows in it. But it isn't short on the belly, it's not making me poke. It's not too small. What I actually wanted to do for one moment. And I can hit myself on the head with that. Just such an opportune moment. But unfortunately, the clothes are gone. They went into the donation bin. It's called thrift shop. No, that's something different. But something with recycling and rebuying and reselling and that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's another thing that happened. And the third thing is more a train of thought I've been following. I've always kept wondering, what is the definition of a super chub? When are you a super chub? I mean, we know, we agree, everyone agrees that a super chub is bigger than a chub by a certain extent. But it was never clear to me what is the line between chub and super chub. So I have actually also been thinking about this for quite a while.
I came to the conclusion there's no definite line. There's no weight or set weight or set BMI or set length against weight or a certain size you have to achieve before you are a super chub. So I've been looking around and I discovered the American Obesity Scale. Now, I already mentioned BMI, and that's on the BMI scale. And what they have, what other BMI scales do not have, or what I've seen, is a classification super obese. I haven't thought of it. It's called super obese, and that's above a BMI of 50. So I've been holding that as a certain kind of rule. And in a way, that has been my goal for quite a while, getting a BMI of 50, which is for me a weight of 186 kilograms. 180 kilograms, it's in close to 400 pounds, which is quite big. And I just keep wondering to myself, how will I grow? How big will I get? In what places am I going to be big? I have experienced a bit of my own growth. I've always been fat. That's a fact. And I've experienced a bit of my growth and seen where it goes. And to be fair, I'm envious to those who have this massive belly at my weight and at my length. Because someone sent me on something on grammar. Apologies about that. Yeah, what I was talking about. The set weight. 400 pounds. Where my fat distribution. Damn it, that ping really threw me off there. What I've noticed is that I have been gaining more or less in a pear shape. It's being distributed kinda all around my body, but that's really just normal. But I'm developing this lower belly and ass and thighs, and I have the fear that I'm going to end up like being all ass and thighs, and that will severely limit my maximum I want to go for. Because I've always said to myself, I do not want to go into immobility. It's a fantasy of mine. It is a wonderful, sexy fantasy to be in bed, bound by a giant, by yourself, inside yourself, all the fat around you, that is you. It's a nice fantasy, but it's so different in reality as I've seen. It's always having skin trouble and being reliant on someone else or multiple people to clean yourself, go to the toilet, and you will
get filthy because you can't take showers. You're just too big for that. And of course I could grow big that I do not fit in a shower, but with immobility it is that you even can't reach the shower. And that's something I've been thinking about. Well, that is not a life for me I want to live. And what implies that is that I want to be mobile. And the problem about me being mobile is that when you are growing such a large amount between your thighs and on your ass, that they become a limiting factor rather quickly. And I fear that it will limit me earlier than I actually want to be. That I can't reach a certain size for my body or my gut and my boobs or my arms or my neck or whatever, because my arse and thighs are just too big, and that I have severe mobility issues if I want to continue. And that's something that is also on my mind, that I'm actually worried about my future as a gainer, that it will just end earlier, the journey as a gainer end earlier than I want. But that's something for the far future. I mean, I'm going to be stuck in the 150 range for quite a long time until I get out of house and be free and, well, have a better job, more or less, better job. I need more disposable income to satisfy my gainer needs. And of course, I can say I can open up a donation thing, but in a way I'm feeling that it is and always has been against my code. It's feeling like whoring out. Maybe it's something I have to get over, because if I want to gain currently, I am pretty much dependent on extra income that I get outside my my normal income, my legal income, which happened today actually. I had to help a elderly with a new smartphone. That's a whole different story. In short, elderly with a smartphone and a touchscreen are too iffy about what it actually does. They are scared of the thing. And what I tend to see often happen is that people who are working with touchscreens for the first time do not comprehend that you shouldn't point at the thing you want to touch. Because if you point at it, the chances are big that you're actually pressing on the button below the button you're actually pointing at. And that happens often. I had to repeat and repeat again. So, KFC is saying goodbye. It happened over and over again, and that I have to point it out to that elderly man, that he's pointing at the button, the keyboard button he wanted to press, but actually not pressing the keyboard, the W, but then actually pressing the S. And then he went into blind panic because he wanted to backspace, but then he would press the button next or enter, and then it would go to a new field, and then in the end he gave up. And I could only say, if you want this phone, because it was a Father's Day present, you have to practice. And, well, I could already tell it was not going to happen. So, in the end, he went back to his old phone, which was not great either. Well, he can work with that. He knows how to use that, but his eyes are getting worse, as he told me, and without an extra light, that screen is unreadable for him. It already locked him out of his internet banking. Yeah, internet banking. Well, I'm at 20 minutes. I keep rambling. I will probably not edit this video. I think I will just upload it this as is with all the ums and shorts and breaks. Yeah, I think I will do that. Next time I think I will talk about how to gain and what my hurdles were while gaining, besides my obvious parents' hurdle, and how I deal with it, more or less. I think that's a nice subject for next time, but don't pin me on it. It can change. I think I said this in the first video as well. But anyway, good night, good night for me. Good day, wherever you are, whenever you are. I mean, it's a strange thing. And goodbye.